Good afternoon, OMG members. My name is Stephen Floyd, and it is my distinct pleasure to be presenting webinar number 4 in my Logical Plus series, which covers my new local content inside of OMG machines. So today we are going to have a lesson, and we are going to do some Q&A. Now, the Q&A for these webinars is typically going to be related to the content that's already in this section. So far, we have partial content in the prepare and propose sections, prepare and prospect sections. And I will be populating some of the sections next week. So thank you guys for waiting. I know I took a couple of weeks off, but it was absolutely unavoidable. So, again, I want to thank you all for being here. If this happens to be your first OMG Machines webinar, then on behalf of myself and your entire coaching staff, we would like to say welcome. We hope that you are enjoying the training. I hope that you have started in the steps to getting started section that's in your back end. And if so, then you should be in the Facebook group and you should be already going through the content. So let's see what time we got here. And then I think we're going to, 2:01. So we are going to jump into it. All right. So let me look here. Let's see. I'll tell you what we're going to do today. You guys should be seeing, let's see. All right. You guys should be seeing my nice slideshow. So guys, give me a 1 if you can see my slideshow. Give me a 2 if you see something else, please. A 1 if you can see the slideshow. A 2 if you see something else. All right. There's about 50 ones and a couple of 2s. So somebody's, I don't know what you're seeing. But anyhoozle. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do some QA. Now, for those of you who are new to my webinars, I'll tell you, I do not take 3 hours to do my webinars. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with a 3-hour webinar. So don't take that the wrong way, guys. But my webinars tend to be a little bit more direct, a little bit more to the point. So if you guys would go ahead and start filling up the chat box, please, with questions, then I can go ahead and get started, hopefully on some fantastic answers. And for those of you who were here before we started the recording, just curious to know if you guys enjoyed the music/videos that I showed before. If you're watching this on a recording, then you have no idea what I'm talking about because I was not recording then. But I think it's very important to get into the proper mental state before you learn anything. And, you know, you can take Stevie's words for it. Or you can take the words of pretty much, a little over 100 years of psychological research. So you can trust them or you can trust me. Either way, remember, whenever you're preparing to do something that's important, it's important to be in the proper state, right? The proper state. So many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with the rituals that athletes go through before they perform. High-level athletes, Olympic athletes, professional athletes. And what these things do is they prepare your mind, your body, spirit, and soul for the activity that's at hand. And listen, this learning, hopefully it should be something that's very important for you. All right. Should be something very, very important for you. So I hope that you are in the correct mental state. I hope that you've turned off Facebook. I hope that you're not listening to music in the background, or I hope you have no other distractions, because I'm going to be giving you 100% of my time and energy for the next hour-ish, probably. And I think that you will get the best benefit from it if you do the same. So let's see here. Let's go ahead. I see a couple of questions that are in here. So it looks like, the thing about the motivational videos, guys, again, what we're learning about here really is much more than just, search engine optimization. It's way beyond that, or I hope that it's way beyond that for you. I hope that you're learning a new mindset being inside OMG, because that's really the thing that's going to take you to the next level. I can hand you the SEO training from OMG, and you could absolutely have all of it and absolutely not do anything at all with it. It's the mindset that is going to encourage you to take that action. It's going to encourage you to believe in yourself. and to be able to execute, because again, that's the key. So, all right, I'm just going to go through now, guys. Again, like I've mentioned before, there's a ton of people on here right now. There's close to 400 people on here right now, and people are just slowly adding. And so, if there's enough questions to go around, I'll just keep answering questions. But somewhere around 30 to 40 minutes, if I still have questions, I'm going to cut it off and jump to a lesson. I can tell you that I think those of you, I think you're going to really enjoy the lesson today. This is one of the most popular things that I've ever taught anywhere, and I'm teaching it here better than I've taught it anywhere before. So this is a sneak preview into a section that's coming soon, which is the actual ranking section. And I'm going to teach you how to do a particular thing and give you the resources. So we're going to jump in here. If you guys got some great questions for me, I'm ready. And if you don't, then you know what? Then we're just going to jump into the lesson. So, all right, let's see. I'm going to start with this. Let's see. All right. It sounds like a few of you are having trouble, that a few of you do not have the video that I made for you guys to use in your members area. So something I want to point out, David Mills is the one that controls the members area. And he does an awesome job of it, by the way. And it's a pretty big job because, no one in OMG, anytime you see anything new content-wise in OMG, that's David doing that personally, right? So that's David getting the content, formatting it, uploading it, titling it, putting it in the right place. It's a lot of work, okay? So I hope you guys appreciate that. I know I certainly do. But it sounds like, due to the sheer volume of people asking me this, that some of you did not get that video that I made for you guys to use in your specific members area. And so what I will do, I will go ahead and post that video for you guys after this training, okay? After this training, I'll go ahead and post it for you into the main OMG NHB team Facebook group and into the Project Assimilation Facebook group, okay? So all of you who've been looking for it, I apologize. Again, it was an oversight. If you're on this webinar, then you should have had access to that video. And so I'll make sure that you get it. All right. So that answered a bunch of people's questions. Let's see. All right. And so, again, let me reiterate this. Really, this is not a general Q&A. So I apologize for those of you who are new. The format for office hours / webinars in OMG, a lot of the time is, the QA is kind of the Wild West, right? You can ask anything you want about anything you want. But mine are a little bit different. So mine really are to answer questions about my specific training in Local Plus. Okay, so please limit yourself to those questions because that's really kind of what this is for. Okay, in the group and all that, I'll be happy to answer all your questions about all the other stuff. Okay, but in this one, then we're going to limit it to what we're kind of supposed to be doing. Let's see. Okay, Wendy asked a question that gets asked actually pretty often. And Wendy's question, I'm gonna rephrase it, but she's basically asking about the director's cut theme that you guys have access to. And, do we have to have that? Is it the best theme? Things like that. So first off, I want to say that it is an excellent theme, and it's built on one of, if not the best frameworks that you can get. Okay. So, you certainly could make many worse choices than using the director's cut theme. A lot of time and energy and money was put into developing that. And, it has a lot of things built into it that a lot of other themes do not, mainly things that are related to the semantic web and schema and things like that. Okay. So the main takeaway I want you to take away from what I'm saying is the director's cut theme is awesome. It's great. Okay. That being said, there's nothing magic about that theme. Okay. There's nothing magic about it that makes it better than any other theme. Okay. What you're looking for in a theme is, you're looking something that is built on a solid framework, like this one is built on Genesis, right? And you want to look for something that is, fairly lightweight and that's been around a while. Okay. So, I typically go to themeforest.net, and on themeforest.net, you can, there's a lot of different ways you can search for themes. But I always choose bestsellers. Okay. So that's one of the things that you can sort by. So go to themeforest.net and sort by bestsellers. Okay. And then look and see how long the theme has been out and how long the developers have been out, okay? Because that's something that's very important to me, right? I don't want to buy a theme and then, 6 months down the road, the people that developed it, disappeared and now I'm screwed basically, right? I have to start all over. So look for people or companies who have been making themes for a long, long time. Typically your best-selling themes, like 99% of the time, meet that criteria, okay? So, if something's a bestseller, there's a reason why it's a bestseller, okay? To my knowledge, people can't game the theme forest system like we can game Google and Amazon, okay? So, there is some logic in that system too. The one that's been bought the most is usually pretty good, okay? And I want to give you another little tip for this, okay? And so, again, if you're multitasking or something, please stop, close Facebook, turn off the radio, turn off the TV, focus, please, okay? Again, I think this stuff is important for you guys. My time is extremely valuable, especially in the weekends. And I know that your time is as well. So please, let's both be respectful of each other. I'm going to respect you by starting on time and finishing in a reasonable time and doing my absolute best to provide the best quality and quantity of information I can in the time allowed. And so I kind of expect the same from you. So please, please, please focus with me. So one of the things that, I like to do for themes is you need to get a theme, like again, I said, it's a bestseller, but choose one that has dummy content, okay? And some of you may not be familiar with what I'm talking about, okay? But when you buy a theme, and you look and you see what it looks like, that's not what the theme looks like, okay? Those of you who know WordPress know what I'm talking about. Those of you who are new probably don't. But if you go to a theme, if you go buy a theme somewhere, let me do this. Let me go to Theme Forest real quick, because I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so if I saw this theme here, right, and I look at it, and let's just say that I found this theme, okay? Let's say this was a theme on Theme Forest, right? And I like this. Let's say this looks perfect, okay? And I look at this theme and I go, wow, this is great, man. This is exactly what I want, okay? Something you need to understand, when you install this theme, it does not look like this. Okay, it doesn't look anything at all like this. It looks like it says welcome to WordPress and there's a freaking blank page. Okay, so all this stuff, all this, it's not there. It's a blank page. Okay, so if you want images here, you got to go and you got to find out, this is called a slider. So you got to find the slider, figure out where to upload the images to, right? If you want this picture, you got to figure out where to put it. Okay, you have to organize all this stuff. The theme does not magically do it for you. Okay. However, one thing that you can do is you can buy themes that have dummy content, okay? And so, let me explain what that means. So I'm going to go to WordPress. I'm going to go to, let me go to corporate themes here real quick. And again, I'm going to sort by bestsellers, okay? And I already know what was first. It's Aveda, right? Okay. So again, when we look at Aveda here, it's going to show you all the stuff that's in here. But what we're looking for is, do they have dummy content? Okay. And so I'm not going to go into that into long, details, but what that means is that you would install the theme and then you would typically upload an XML file. It's very easy to do. Okay. And then when you get your theme on your website, it actually looks, okay, like this. Okay. So it actually looks like this. Right? It has all this stuff. So what you're seeing right here on the screen, okay, well, this is a overview. Let me do this. Let me do this photography side, okay? So say this was the theme that you bought, okay? Then it would actually look like this. It would have this background with the trees. It would have this, it would say be inspired here, okay? All right, so it'd be filled with dummy content, okay? Now, if you have a theme that's filled with dummy content like this, then it's easy to go back in the back end and figure out, okay, where does this image come from? Where does this logo go, right? If you see all this, because all you have to do is swap it out, okay? So save yourself a lot of time and energy and pain by buying themes that have dummy content, okay? And so, you can look through. Normally, it's going to be in the, the details, like right here. You can typically search for it too. I don't think that's a search feature on Theme Forest, okay? But that's something that you're definitely looking here. So powerful options, intuitive tools. There's another name for it, and I can't remember what it's called. If somebody knows what that's called, put it in the chat box for me so I can tell everybody. But there's another name. They don't use dummy content. I forgot what they call it. If anybody knows, put it in there. If not, don't worry about it. But again, so what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to find one. There it is, demo content. Okay, so it's not dummy. Demo content importer. Okay, so this has it. So it's called demo content. All right. So and so here's the thing. So number one, find a bestseller. Number two, find one that does have dummy content. Okay, and then what you can do is you can use that one theme. You can learn how that theme works, and you can use it on a ton of sites. Okay, so guys, give me a 1 if you got what I was laying down there. Give me a 1 if you get it. Okay, give me a 2 if you didn't, and give me a 3 if that was helpful. Give me a 1 if you got it, 2 if you didn't, give me a 3 if that was helpful. I can't tell you how much time and energy I see people trying to freaking learn WordPress. You don't need to know WordPress to be an SEO. WordPress development is a low dollar skill. It's not the best use of your time. I'm not trying to offend anyone here that's a WordPress developer or a website developer. Okay. What I'm saying is I can pay someone $4 an hour to do that for me. Okay. That's competent. So that's why I'm telling you, you don't need to learn freaking WordPress. Okay. But if you are, you're going to want to use one that has something like, I'm going to go back to this. I know we're off topic, but I have to show you. So what you want is one that has Visual Composer. Okay. Because Visual Composer means basically it's like a drag and drop website builder. Okay. So here they call theirs Fusion Builder and it's free, which means that basically, it's extremely easy for you without paying anyone and without knowing any kind of HTML or CSS or Java to be able to build sites that look great like some of these demo sites. That's probably why this is the #1 best-selling theme of all time across any channel, because it's easy. You personally, yes, you sitting there right now listening to me could buy this theme and you could make it look exactly like this one if you chose this theme. You could absolutely make it look exactly like this, okay? Without paying anybody, without doing anything else, all right? And you see, every demo is included for free and can be easily imported with one click, okay? So definitely a good one. I'm not, telling you have to go buy a Veda, but I'm just saying that's why it's #1, right? All right, let's get back over and let's see. I hope that answered your question, Wendy. Give me a 1 if that answered your question. Oh, good. Yeah, you already answered me earlier, so that's perfect. All right, so let me go to the next one. So I lied a little bit. I went off topic, but if there's something that's just really, really important, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Let's see. Yes, I'm only doing questions on GoToWebinar. I don't typically do the Facebook thing. It's freaking awesome, and I love it. But I just don't. I'm not going to be doing that. It's too hard for me to keep track of that and the question box and the active window. So since I'm the only one in OMG, I think that Greg does his own webinars too. Most of the people have, someone that they do it with. So it's a lot easier to manage that, but we're just asking right here in the chat box. I'll tell you the other great thing about this is that GoToWebinar keeps all these questions, and they're even like, I can pull them up later. Okay. So, I actually prefer this to Facebook because things get lost in Facebook. Let's see. All right, let's see. There's some pretty generic questions. Mark, how do you retain your clients? Well, that's a kind of a big question, Mark, and I'm going to answer that in my training in the next couple of weeks. I definitely have some retention strategies that I'm going to teach you guys. All of you who have been here a while know that Cotton Grammar has a different technique. He likes to keep his clients for around 9 months. And then he does something different. I keep my clients as long as they're willing to pay me. So I definitely will have some good retention stuff in there for you. Andres asked about, will I be giving you a step-by-step on ranking? Yes, I absolutely will. I'm even going to tell you when to do the stuff. Let's see here. A lot of people telling me they don't have the video. So I do know that. Again, welcome to all the new people. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the kudos. I see many people thanking me for different things, so I appreciate that. Don't think that I don't. Let's see. All right. One of the questions is, what members area are you referring to? This is my first time. I don't have the context. Absolutely, no problem. Again, we're very, very happy that all of you are here. You may have joined OMG this morning, so we're very glad to have you here. When I talk about the members area, I'm talking about when you are logged in at omgmachines.com, okay? That's what I'm talking about, the members area. When you are logged into omgmachines.com and you have access to all of our, thousands of hours of training, all right? Let's see. Someone just asked, who are you? That is a great question. I should have introduced myself a little bit better. So I apologize to anyone who has no idea why you're listening to me. My name is Stephen Floyd, and I am one of your coaches in OMG. And let's see. I don't know if you want a resume, but probably don't have time for that. But I've been doing SEO since 2004, which kind of makes me a dinosaur in this industry. And I'm fairly good at it. So I hope that helps. Let's see. I'm looking through, guys. Okay, someone asked about site lock. It's not important. When you sign up for a web hosting account, the ones that are smart are going to try to upsell you a whole bunch of stuff. I know it's probably irritating to those of you who buy lots of hosting when you get 18,000 upsells. But, really, they're just being smart, right? Why would you not offer upsells to your clients? It's just stupid to not do that. So SiteLock, for those of you who don't know, it's an extra feature that you can purchase on some hosting accounts. And the main selling point of that is that it helps, protect your site from attacks. And if you get attacked, that they'll help you clean it. And we're talking about malware and virus and stuff like that. So you absolutely do not need it. It's absolutely not important. You just need to do the normal things you need to do to secure your site. And I am going to have training on that very, very soon. Exactly how I lock my sites down and how to fix things if they get attacked. All right. Pete, you're asking, I'm not going to read your question because it may confuse people, but the answer is no. You can't do that. All right. Just use your real name, brother. No one's going to know. Don't worry about that. Let's see. Okay. So, questions about the gravity forms that I gave you. I can't answer those. I can't do technical support for a third-party piece of software, okay? If you're having trouble with Gravity Forms, you need to go to Gravity Forms Technical Support. It's not that I'm trying to be a jerk or anything. It's just that, the issues that you guys are having, they're all very, entry-level, basic kind of issues, which means that if I were to just, I'd have to take 15 or 20 minutes to tell you how to fix that, and that wouldn't be the best use of everyone here's time. So if you're having trouble with Gravity Forms, go to their support. It's great. And to answer your question, fixing that is fairly easy. You need to, there's a folder inside of the folder you downloaded is the one it's the plugin. That's why it's not working for you. You're trying to upload the folder that you downloaded. It's not. The folder you need is inside of the folder that you download. So look for a zipped file inside of unzip the file you download, and then the one you're looking for is another zip file. All right. And if not, go to their support. What you should have, yeah. So good question, Enrica. Thank you for asking. So my timeline for deployment for this has changed several times. So I, appreciate the patience, everybody. Just realize that when I kind of give you an outline of what's going to be presented when, that's my best expectation based on how busy I am and my resources and things. Okay. So, I originally said, I think that, I would have, a couple of sections more done by now. And that was my intention, but it didn't happen. So right now, the question that was asked is, what should you have? All that's in your members area right now is the prepare and the prospect section. That's all that's in there right now. You should have that and 3 webinar replays. So if you have that, you have everything. And I may actually do a very, very small propose section for now and move on to the ranking part, which is the perform section, because that's what most people really are wanting anyway, is the section where I show you how I rank A to Z. So I'll do my best on timetable, but just bear with me, okay? Someone asked, is it okay to use a free WordPress theme? Absolutely. absolutely no problem using a free WordPress theme. Remember though, when you're using a free WordPress theme, you want to use a plugin called Theme Authenticity Checker. Okay. And what that'll do is sometimes when people make free themes, they're actually doing it because they hide links in there. Okay. So Theme Authenticity Checker. Okay. That's what you're looking for. Theme Authenticity Checker. So download that plugin. It's free. Run the scan and then it'll tell you if there's anything wrong with the theme, like if there's any hidden links or anything like that. Okay. But otherwise, no, there's absolutely nothing wrong with free WordPress themes. There's lots of people that get great results off of just the basic, 2015, 14 themes. Okay. Those are great, themes. Let's see. Did you do further training on making sites mobile friendly? I saw the one with cotton. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness. So, Mobilegeddon really was last year. It's still happening. But if you want my training from that, you need to go back to March of 2015. And there were 2 webinars. They were assimilation webinars. Okay. So you just go to Cotton's training section, go to the assimilation webinars from March of 2015. And there you will find, I not only show you how to fix it, I show you multiple ways to fix it, how to make money off of it. It's a complete method. I could have sold that as a course all by itself. I promise you that method I could have sold as a complete training or course outside of OMG. And so, yeah, definitely guys, the mobile thing, don't mess up on that because it's not going away. If anything, it's going to become more and more important. Okay. Trust me, mobile is going to be more and more important as time goes by. Let's see. All right. We are at almost 30 minutes. So let me go down and see if I see just another one, that may have a lot of questions. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Let me go through. I'm trying to find ones that, kind of everybody, could benefit from. Yeah, Joanne, I can't really answer that on this webinar. Again, it's really not, but there's a tool that you can purchase called WP Twin or WP Duplicator. Just use one of those. Joanne was asking about how to copy a site basically in WordPress. Let's see. Again, lots of good comments. Thanks, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see. Evgeny. I'm sure that I said your name incorrectly and I apologize. I think I looked at it this morning and I think that may be an error on my side. And if it is, then I will reload that and send it to everybody. So, I gave you guys a gravity form and that had 2 different forms in it. And one of them was the intake form. And, it's supposed to allow for 10 photos to be uploaded through it. But I think right now it may only be allowing 1. So that means that the file that I sent you, was corrupted or I sent you the wrong version or something like that. So I will be working on that. I should be able to have a new version out to you guys probably Tuesday or Wednesday. But for now, it's not a huge thing. Okay. It's not the end of the world. Just, have them do one. You can edit that form to just say, please upload 1 photo. They can upload the 1 and then you can just ask it for them, outside of that. Just ask them to send you more photos. So yes, I will get it fixed, but it's not, it's not the end of the world. Let's see. There is a bunch of really, really, really good questions on here, guys, that I just cannot get to. They just don't have anything to do with what I'm training. But these are all, guys, if you ask a question on here and I don't answer it, listen, the sweet spot in OMG is Greg Morrison's webinars on Mondays, guys. His average attendance there is like 50 or 60 people. Do you realize that? There's over 400 people here now, right? And Greg doesn't do like I do. Greg doesn't, I try to find questions that I think will help everybody. And I do my best, to answer them. Greg just writes down every damn question and does them one at a time in order. So if there's a question that you just really need answered, get on Greg's, man. Greg is, the original one-man gang. And, he can answer questions about, pretty much anything that you'd want to know. So, I would definitely, definitely jump on that. That's like a thing. It cracks me up when I see that. Like, that you guys are, have all these questions for me, but then, there's Greg's webinar only has 50 people on it. Greg is, you should be using Greg more. All right, let's see. I'm trying to see again. Man, some really great questions. You know what? Yeah, and Leslie made a good point too. Leslie mentioned that Fletch's office hours on Sunday are really good for that too. Yeah, that's a great point. I'm glad you said. Thanks. Matter of fact, multiple people mentioned that. Yeah, sorry. I need more coffee. You're right. Absolutely. Fletch's office hours are exactly great for that too. So, all right, let's see. All right, I think that's going to be it for now. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go over onto the training now. I'm going to go through this training not super fast, okay? If number one, these are always recorded, okay? Number two, this training will be in an actual video format inside of one of my sections in about 2 weeks, okay? So if you don't understand this next training that I'm giving, don't worry, you will, okay? I promise. But like I said, for time-wise, I'm going to go ahead and switch modes now, all right? So what am I going to do today? So what we're going to talk about today is a very powerful method that I use for local SEO, all right? And so one of the things that I want to start off with is an explanation of something. Now, again, multiple people, have asked me, who I am. But I generally specialize in local SEO. And local SEO typically means that there's a geographical modifier with your keyword, okay? So if you were trying to rank for the keyword roofing, as an example, okay, or roofing contractor, that is not a local keyword, okay? However, Dallas roofer or Dallas roofing contractor is a local keyword, okay? So guys, give me a 1 if you got that. Give me a 1 if you got that. Give me a 2 if you still are confused about what the difference is. All right, perfect. All right, so one of the things that I want to make sure that you guys absolutely understand is that when you're talking about local ranking, 2 things that are very important for not only your content of your site, but also your links and the content the content that surrounds your links pointing to your site, is going to be relevancy, okay? And relevancy based on 2 things, okay? So like I told you, for it to be a local keyword, it has to have what? It has to have a geographical modifier, like a city or a state, plus a keyword, okay? So Dallas roofing, right? So that means that your site has to have relevancy for both location and for niche, okay? So Dallas roofing, Dallas would be the location that we need relevancy for, and roofing would be the niche that we need relevancy for, okay? And we need both of these things. If we convince Google with our content of our website and the links going to it that we're all about Dallas, man, we're about Dallas 24/7, 365, man. We are just the end all be all for Dallas, but not about roofing. Guess what? You're never going to rank for Dallas roofing, okay? You're never going to rank for it. You'll rank for Dallas terms all over the place, right? But you will not rank for roofing. And the same thing is true for the niche side, okay? If you make a site and it's all about roofing, man, it's roofing 24/7. You talk about shingles, you talk about nails, you talk about, how to build a roof, man. You got videos and, everything. And, you're on CNN, right? You're just all about the roofs, right? But if Google doesn't know that you're based in Dallas, you're never going to rank for Dallas roofer. Okay, so guys, this is a very important element here. So please give me a 1 if you got it, and give me a 2 if you don't. All right, give me a 1 if you got it, give me a 2 if you don't, because if you don't get this, you can't get the next part. Okay, so I'm seeing 100% 1s. I'm glad that you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. All right, this is awesome. All right, so what I'm going to talk about next is a method that I have shown before, but I have never shown it before here. And it is a fantastic way to help with your location relevancy. Okay, location relevancy. Okay, So what we are going to do is we are going to add location or geographical information to our images that we use in various places so that Google knows that that image is related to your location. Okay? So again, what we're going to talk about today is geotagging. And if I were to show you a list of the people who have seen rankings improvements, sometimes dramatic, sometimes super fast from doing just this one thing I'm about to show you, I could show you for probably 10 minutes straight. Okay. I've had hundreds plural of people who have come back, and told me, of course, what I already knew before I decided to share it with you. And it's the fact that this method absolutely kicks butt. Okay. It's something absolutely that you're going to want to be doing. And so again, what we're going to do is we are going to add some information to our images so that Google knows that our image is related to the location that we're at. Okay. So if we have an image of a roofer, let's say, we're going to give it the information about where we are in Dallas so it will know that that picture, that image is related to Dallas. Okay. All right. So guys, give me another one if you got what I'm saying. If you get what I'm saying, give me a 1, give me a 2 if you don't. Give me a 3 if you're asleep and you're not listening at all. All right, let's see. Yep, there's 1. Always get 1, John. How did I know it was going to be you? All right. So here we go. And guys, this ain't your mama's training. All right, your grandma's training. So if you've seen this before, then keep watching. All right. So this is updated training, what I'm about to show you. All right. Don't ask questions now about it, guys. I haven't even started the method. Okay. Don't ask questions now. I haven't even started the training. All right, here we go. So, all right. I defy you now to tell me that you don't get the training or you don't have the resources. Okay. I'm giving you the exact pages to go to, the exact resources to use, and I'm going to do it for you live right now. So anybody that's watched this training, you should be pretty squared away on this. I shouldn't be getting lots of vague questions from this. Again, I'm going to give you the exact places to go, and I'm going to do it for you live right here, step by step. So the first time that you go to do this, fire up this video or the one that's going to be in the training section. And when I do a step, you do a step. Okay. So the first step in this is that we have to have an image to tag in the first place, right? So I'm going to give you some resources for this. All right. Now, in both OMG groups recently, I have put posts about multiple places to get free images. Okay. So search your group. Remember, you could search a Facebook group. Just search for images or free images. Okay. But a couple I want to show you today. So here's one that's called Qzx. Okay. And there's nothing magic about this. Okay. It just happens to be one of the ones that I know is working right now. Okay. So when you go to, oh, you know what? It's going to open it in Safari because I'm on a Mac. All right. So let me go back here. Let me close that for a second. All right. All right. So here we have Qzx. All right. And these are free. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're simply going to type in something like, office building. Okay. And you're going to search. Okay. And here's a bunch of free images that you can use. Okay. So these are free. So these are the ones that, you're not going to worry about getting sued for. Okay. So, if I want this one, I clicked on it, you see it here, boom, I click free download. Okay. You do have to sign up, for most of the quote free sites. Okay. So, there is it's technically not free, right? They're getting an opt-in, but there's no cost to you as far as money. Okay. So this is a great site that you can use. And again, there's lots of sites like this. Okay. Now, the second thing that I want to show you though, is I want to show you Google's advanced image search. All right. And I'm going to give you the link later. So just bear with me for now. Okay. So the link's up here and you're going to have this later. All right. But once you go here, this allows you to search Google's image database with some advanced features. Okay. So I'm going to say, let's let's say I'm going to do the same thing. Office, building. All right. And if you're looking for specific size, okay, say, like you know that you need it for a specific image size, you can do this. You could choose color, black and white, transparent, which might be for logo, okay, a type of image, right? There's lots of different things that you can choose in here, okay? But what you need to choose, the most important one that you don't forget is right here, usage rights, okay? Free to use, share, or modify even commercially, okay? Free to use, share, or modify even commercially. This means that you can put this on your for-profit business website and you don't have any problems with someone trying to come, get you later. Okay? So now you have a bunch of images here, okay, that you can use and you don't have to worry about getting sued, okay? And again, I want to show you here, once you open up the advanced image search, you can look for size, right? Okay, color, type, right? Time even, like how long was it uploaded, right? And then there's some more tools here where you can actually show the sizes, right? So now it shows. So this is very helpful. Like if you're trying to, there's all kinds of reasons you may want this, right? But, when you're uploading to specific places, I'm going to show you where we're going to be uploading this later. You're going to want specific sizes. Okay. So, all right. So that is slide. That's the first part. Okay. So, guys, give me a 1 if you got what I just laid down there. Give me a 1 if you understand now how you can go get some images. Okay. Give me a 2 if you still don't. All right. All right. All right. So you guys should be good. Just remember when you're building out, when you're using images for your website or for your Web 2.0s or any of these things, remember you can't use copyrighted images unless you've purchased the rights to that. Okay. You can get in trouble for that. So don't just go to Google and find an image and put it on your website. You can get in lots of trouble and there's no point in it. I just showed you how to get around it. Okay. So, all right. So it looks like it's nothing but 1s. So I'm going to go back into now. All right. So the first thing we need to do, of course, is find an image. Okay. So, I'm going to, for our demo purpose here, I'm going to type in search engine optimization. All right. So there's lots of cool little images here and, like this one. All right. So I'm going to download this image. All right. And I'm on a Mac. So I control left click and I'm going to save image as. All right. And I'm going to put new SEO image is what I'm calling it. All right. All right. If you're on a PC, you're going to do basically the same exact thing. You're just going to right click and view save image or save image as. Okay. So now I have my handy dandy. You know what? Actually, hold on. Let me look at a couple others here. Now that I looked at that one, I actually didn't care for that one too much. Let me just do a couple here just to make sure. Save image as. All right, so now I've saved a couple of images here, okay? And let me look. Sorry, I'm just trying to find some other ones here. All right, this should about do it. All right, save image as. All right, and let me do one more. Go back to my handy dandy office building one. And you'll understand why I'm choosing different ones here in just a minute. Well, that's kind of funny. All right, let's do that. All right. All right, so we'll call this new office. I think this is the one I'll actually do. All right, so save that one. All right, so I now have my images. I have a couple of images. All right, so the next thing that I want to do. So there's 2 things that you want to do when you're doing these images. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is we are going to rename the image, okay? and we're going to rename it to a keyword, right? But we're not going to name it just the keyword that we're trying to rank for, okay? We're going to name it something close, okay, but not exactly the same, okay? So if you're not sure, again, what I'm talking about here, this is in basic OMG training, okay? And so if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I'm going to try to do a little bit of an explanation here, but you may not get it till we're a little bit down the road. All right. So one of the sites that I like to use for this is lsigraph.com. And again, you'll have this presentation. Okay. So here, let's say I type in search engine marketing. Now let's do search engine optimization. All right. Yeah, there we go. And I'm not a robot, and hit generate. Okay. All right. So now it's going to come up with, here's a bunch of words that are similar, okay, to search engine optimization, but aren't exactly the same. Okay. So these are going to be some of the types of names that we're going to want to use, okay, in our images. Okay. Now, the other tool that you can use, so this one was lsigraph.com. Okay. The other one is our good old fashioned OMG command center, right? This is under keyword research, and it's long tail keywords. So I'll do search engine optimization here. And let's just do that. Oh yeah, got to select the database that I want to use, USA English. Okay. Oh, I chose Bing, so of course Bing USA. Sorry guys. Okay. All right, so get keyword ideas. And so this is going to make me log in again, like SERP does oh so much, which I love. Okay, this time I'm just going to choose Google. All right. So again, this is Command Center. If you don't know what you're looking at, this is, I go over this in both of my sections in my training. This is a tool that is available for purchase in your members area. It's called the OMG Command Center, and it has just a ton of tools in here. All right. But as you see here, this is much more exhaustive, right? There's 353 keywords, okay, in here, okay? So again, here's a bunch of different words that you could use. Okay. So again, an overview of what we're going to do is we're going to find an image. We are going to change the name to where it has the name of the image is something that's related to our keyword, but not the exact one. And then we're going to add geographic information to it. Okay. So, how do I do this? So let me go to my Finder here. And here's new office. All right, I'm going to use this one. And I'm on a Mac. So on a Mac, all I'm going to do is right click here. And I'm going to choose rename. And I am going to want to use one of the LSI keywords that I came up for. So let's say, again, a search engine optimization was my keyword. Let's say I'm going to do search engine optimization tools. Okay. So let's say that I do that one. All right. So I'm going to rename this search engine optimization tools. Search engine optimization tools. All right. All right. Now, remember, what we're doing with this title here is, in this example, we're giving relevance, right, to the niche with the title, okay? And then we're going to give relevance to the location with the geographic information, okay? So I wanted to point this out, okay? So now I could have put geographic information in the title here as well, right? I could have put search engine optimization tools in Dallas, Texas, right? So that means that the title would have been relevant for the location and the niche, okay? But in this example, which this is more commonly what you guys are going to do, either way works as long as you're not over optimized, then I'm going to name this for my niche. Okay. And then now the final step is I am going to go here. I'm going to go to Geotag Online. It's easy to remember. It's geotag.online. It doesn't get much easier than that. All right. All right, so go to geotag.online. All right, and you do need to sign up for a new membership. I already have one, so all you're going to do is Oh wait, that's the right one. Hold on, guys, just 1 second. Okay. Just give me 1 more second here. Okay, so what you're going to do, though, of course, it's an opt-in like everything else. So when you go there the first time, you're going to sign up for an account. You're going to verify your email, right? Okay, then you're going to come back here. Okay. All right. So what you're going to do here, so let's say that I wanted to tag this, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to type a street address in here. So I'll do 123. No, let's do this. I'm just going to do, you know what? I'm going to do this house. This is one of my old rental houses that a lot of people think is where I actually live, but it's actually a rental house. Okay, so this auto-populated because I've done this one before a long, long time ago. But here's a street address, here's a city, here's the state, here's a zip code. So you're going to type this stuff in here, okay? So wherever, the address is for the business, you're going to type this here. Now I'm going to click Choose File. All right, there's my image, search engine optimize. Oh, wait, let me show you this before. Hold on. Let me show you this before. Let me show you before that it doesn't have any of that information in there. All right. So in a Mac, I'm going to do Get Info. In a PC, I'm going to do Tools. Okay. And so let me go here. So you see the long URL. Okay. But that's pretty much it. So I want you to see what's in here now. All right. Let me close that. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to open that. And I'm going to click Proceed. All right. And you see here, it gives you the address. It shows you on the map. And it gives you the latitude and longitude. Okay. Now I'm going to download the image. All right. And now what it's going to do is it's actually going to open it actually zips them, because what you can do is you can do up to 10 images at a time on this. So I open this zip file. Okay. And so it's called tagged 2 now. It'll be tagged on yours. All right. And all right, so there is this image. Let me open it up. Hold on 1 second. All right. And let me show you here real quick what it has. Get info. Okay, and here you see the latitude and the longitude. All right. And it looks like, I'm not sure if this is something that it's doing, but for some reason it looks like I renamed this. So I apologize, guys. This shouldn't have renamed it, but it looks like it did. But what's important is I want you to see this here. I want you to see that it did, in fact, add the geodata. There is the latitude and the longitude, okay? So in this specific case, again, I'm not sure why it renamed it. So, I guess we could just rename it after. It doesn't really matter. So search engine optimization tools. All right. All right. So again, there's our file. And again, to show you, there is the latitude and longitude. All right. All right. All right. So let's go back. All right. So give me a 1 if you're still with me. Give me a 1 if you're still with me. Give me a 2 if you're lost. That's a great question. So someone asked about Picasa. So if you guys have seen my other training, you know that in the past I have told you to use a Google tool called Picasa. It has been retired officially. So it means that if you downloaded it already, it will still work probably. But the support is going to be going away, or it's already not supported. So that's why I'm telling you guys to all go to this site, the geotag.online. Okay. Because, that other tool, you don't know when it's going to stop working. And since it's not supported, it could start like tagging the wrong location, or it could do all kinds of crap. So everybody that's watching this, if you've been using Picasa, stop. Again, about 3 weeks ago, it was officially kind of retired as far as the support goes. So I encourage you to stop using that and start using this. Okay. And you can do up to 10 at a time. All right. So if you have 10 and you want them all to have the same geo information, then, you could do them 10 at a time. So I highly suggest this site. All right. All right. So it still seems like everybody's with me. All right. Now, the last thing that we're going to do. Now, there's lots of different ways you can use your geotagged images. Okay. But one of the most important ones is going to be in Google My Business. Now, if you're watching this and you say, Stephen, I have no idea what a Google My Business is, and you're new, then just bear with me for this, okay? We have complete training on this inside, and my new training will cover this absolutely step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, okay? So don't freak out if you don't know what I'm talking about. But Google My Business is basically, Google will allow any business to create a listing that Google will show in its maps results, or its localized results, right? So that's beyond the scope of today's training. We're already at 3 o'clock pretty much. So let me summarize what we have so far, and then I'm going to close out, okay? So again, remember, the reason we're doing this is to help us rank, because like all the content on our website, the images that we use, if they have keyword data that's relevant to what we're trying to rank for, and this geographical information, it's going to just help by giving Google more information about where our business is and what it's about, okay? So remember, if you're trying to rank for Dallas roofing, you need to make sure Google knows that you're in Dallas and that you're about roofing, okay? This is a super powerful technique, guys. I can't tell you how powerful this is. Again, I've seen people that have gone from page 4 to page 1 by doing nothing more than this. I've seen people who, weren't even in the top 10 getting the top, page or page 2 by just doing this, okay? Now, I'm going to show you on this webinar one place to use these geotagged images. In my training, I'm going to show you about a bunch of different places, okay? So you need to know this step first, though. So right now, you know how to find some images. You know how to find some different things to name them, and you know where to go to tag them. So again, geotag.online, okay? And again, you can do up to 10 at a time here, all right? So you can do these in bulk. You can do these in batches. All right, so let me get back to my slideshow here. All right, so the last thing I'm going to show you today is how to upload these to Google My Business, all right? All right, so I'm already logged into one of my accounts here, okay? This is actually one of my brands from a long time ago. It's not real anymore. It's not live. It's basically a demo account, okay? But if you don't know where I'm at, then just keep watching, please, because you will know in the future, okay? I'm inside of Google My Business, the information, okay? And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm inside of the photos section, okay? You're going to start here in home, all right? And you have all this. This is your normal control panel that you'll see. I'm going to go to photos, all right? And I'm going to add a photo, okay? So for this one, let's just say it's photos at work. I'm going to click add one, okay? I'm going to select photos from your computer. Okay, here's that image, search engine optimization tools. All right, this is the one that has the latent semantic indexing or the related keyword, and it's geotagged. And I'm going to click open, all right? And that's going to open it up. Supported photos are JPEG or PNG that are at least 250 tall. Okay, so I chose an image that is not the right size. Okay, so that's awesome. So for this demonstration, so in other words, I would need to resize that image, okay? But it's almost an hour, so I'm not going to do that, okay? So let's just play like this one. Let's see if this one will work. If this doesn't work, then I'm just going to move on because this isn't super important anyway, okay? I'm just glad it just happened to, okay? So again, in this example, pretend like this is the one that I changed the image, okay, and gave the geodata to, all right? If you find ones that aren't the right image, remember the size you're going to need. I'm going to show you probably a dozen places to put these images. So, you're going to be able to know which image size you're looking for, right, when you're putting them into different places, okay? So if we were doing a bunch of them for Google My Business, you would just note that they need to be that certain size. And again, you can even search for them specifically when you're using the advanced search feature, right? You can search for images that fit that size, okay? So now I'm here and it's up. Now, there's a couple things that I want to make sure that you guys understand, all right? So number one, and let me hold on one second. No, it's probably not gonna let me do that right now. One thing that I want to make sure that you guys understand is that when you add these photos, they're not going to come up automatically necessarily, okay? Now they may, all right? So I just uploaded this. It may already be there live on my Google My Business, okay? It's possible, all right? It's also possible that it's not there, okay? So I want to make sure that you guys understand that. Most of the time, what happens is it's going to go through a Google filter, okay? and then it's going to be added. So typically I would expect to see this in my account in like 3 or 4 days. Okay. So if you upload the image and then you go to the listing to check it out and it's not there, don't freak out. Okay. It's probably going to be there in 3 or 4 days. Okay. So, but now what you're going to have is you are going to have an image that is tagged, that not only has relevancy for the location and or niche, but also for the location with the geotag. Okay. So what we're doing by putting this on here, again, we're telling Google, right? We're telling Google not only with our words, right? Our content, what we say, and our title tags and meta descriptions and our anchor text on our links and all that stuff. Okay. This is one more way we're telling Google where we are and what we're about. Okay. So, this is the last thing I want to tell you guys just really quick. Okay. So guys, please give me a 1 if you understand the basic concept of why we're doing this. Why? Okay. Thank you, Jesus. And I don't say that lightly because I literally mean that. Okay. Because if you don't get the basic concept, it's going to be hard. And yes, I'm going to give you so this is like the introduction trainer, guys. Okay. This is the introductory training. But what I'm going to do is, in the actual training, I'm going to show you a bunch of different places you can use these. Okay. A bunch of different places. All right. And so, let me go ahead. I think that's all I'm going to do for today. Someone asked, so I'm going to tell you, yes, this is my site. The geotag.online. This is my site. When Picasa died 3 weeks ago or whatever, I knew that people would be looking for a solution. So I decided to go ahead and have one of my developers make one. And so, if you have problems with it, there's a help desk here. I'm going to be adding features and stuff to it. But again, it's free. I'm not ever going to charge for it. It's just simply something I put up because I knew that you guys would need it. So, yes, this is my site. I'm not trying to hide or anything. Okay. But again, I'm not charging for it. I'm not trying to rank this or anything. It's just simply we needed a solution, so I created one. So I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to be it for today. And so I'll tell you again what I'm going to do. I'm going to be showing you a bunch of places to use these guys. It's pretty freaking awesome. I got to tell you, I'm excited about just training you guys in this because there's some common knowledge about this in the SEO world in some places about some of the basic techniques. But so far, and I'm not trying to be, hope I don't sound, like a jerk when I say this, but I have not seen any training from any group anywhere that is really actually thorough on this. I've seen some that hit some decent parts, or they get part of it right, but I haven't seen any that just really kind of show you really, really how to get the best value out of these. And so that's what I'm going to be doing in my training. I'm going to show you, how to utilize these. I'm going to show you a bunch of different sites you can utilize them on and how to do that too. So there's going to be some strategy with it too, not just simply, how to do this. But for today, for now, if you're watching this, you can safely go ahead and do what I've trained you today. Okay. You absolutely can go ahead today. Go ahead and find some images. Go ahead and give them a good related keyword name. Get the geotag information on there, and you can go ahead and upload them to Google My Business. You absolutely can do that today. There's no reason to wait for that. Okay. Now, the second place that you want to do this, and we're going to talk about this more in my training, is on your actual site. Okay. The images on your website. Now, that brings me to an important point. Something that I want, hopefully, even though I say this now, people are still going to give me this feedback and watch. You're going to see it in the groups. So you can laugh with me when you see it in the groups. I'm prophesying right now, and I'm being a little bit comical about this, but you'll get what I'm saying. Someone is going to tell me in the next week that they did my method and it didn't work because they downloaded the image, they uploaded to Google My Business, and then they looked at the image and it didn't have the geodata on it. Okay. Yes, you're not going to see it. Okay. But here's why. Okay. Google's not stupid. When you give stuff to it, like an image, anything that could technically have hidden information or hidden executables and things, it is going to scan it and it's going to basically neuter it and put it into a form that it likes. It's going to probably compress it and do some other things. Okay. So, but just trust me on this one. Okay. This has been asked and answered ad nauseum. When you upload it with the geodata, it's going to show. Google gets it. I promise you. The same thing with the other sites, okay? Even if you say you upload it to Yelp, okay, and then you download it back from Yelp and it's missing the geodata, it doesn't mean that Yelp doesn't have it. It means that what you uploaded and what you downloaded actually were not the same file, because Yelp, like Google, is smart and they are going to strip away some things from it, but they do not strip the geodata, even if you don't see it, okay? So please just trust me on this. I know for a fact 1,000,000% that what I'm telling you is true, okay? There's times where, when you have a coach, you're just going to have to trust us. And me going into the explanation of why I know that it's there would take another hour that I don't feel like spending and that I don't think any of you would benefit from. So just trust me. I wouldn't have you waste your time by uploading it to places that it's not going to help, okay? Now, the other thing to be aware of, and we're going to go over this in more detail, if you're using WordPress and you upload it through WordPress and you resize the image in WordPress, most of the time or half the time, it will remove that geodata. When you resize it or edit it in WordPress, a lot of times it will strip the stuff out. I don't know why. I don't really care. But I'm just saying, if you're going to use it in WordPress, make sure that it's the right, size before you upload it. Okay? And if you've uploaded one before and edited it and it kept the geodata, please don't tell me that either. Okay? I'm just telling you what happens most of the time. All right? So guys, like I promised you, I hope that this was worth the wait. I told you, that it was going to be another week, but I told you it was going to be worth the wait. Give me a 1 if it was worth the wait. And if it wasn't, give me a 2. And I'm totally cool with you. No one's ever going to see this but me. I won't be mad. I won't shun you or call you bad names. Okay. I really, really, really wanted this to be ready for you, this tool. And I have another tool that I'm developing right now that is just going to be just even better. It's just going to be awesome. And so, you know what? I'm going to answer one more question. I'm going to answer one more question because John asked it and it's very good. John asked if I can backlink to images. Yes. Yes, we can. And we're going to go over that. Again, we're going to go over image optimization in the future. But yes, remember as long as the image exists on its own URL, right? Like it's going to, in WordPress, then yes, you can. You certainly can get a backlink from it. All right. What is that there? Wayne Suesponte. Rangers lead the way, my friend. All right, guys. That is going to be 3:07. So boy, we hit it pretty close to on the nail. Just like my 5-minute tips usually take 7 minutes. My hour-long webinar, 1 hour and 7 minutes. So guys, again, I want to appreciate all of you for attending. I hope that you find these valuable and useful. That's my intention. I hope to see you next time. The more participation that we get, the more energy that is on these, just the better I'm going to be, the better my training's going to be. And for those of you who are always here, and I'm not going to name a bunch of people because I don't want anybody to be upset if I didn't mention their names, but you know who you are. Those of you who are always here, who are always being supportive, who are always being helpful, we know who you are, the coaches. We do. I certainly do. And, we talk about how we don't jump on the phone with people and, we don't do this or that. When we see somebody who's really kind of going all out for themselves, and that's what you're doing, in my opinion, when you're attending my training, it's not for me, it's for you. So what it shows me is that you value my training because you value, your training, right? You want your experience to be better. And when we see people doing that, that's where we want to act. That's where we can jump in. All right. So again, from the bottom of my heart, guys, I appreciate your time. I appreciate all the great energy and vibes. I hope that the tool that I created works out great for you guys. Please let me know your results as they come in. I'll tell you, once the actual training comes out, you're going to be flooded with results because, like I said, I've had hundreds and I only gave partial training. So you guys, when I give you the full training, I promise you, some of you, it's going to blow your mind. I'm going to teach you actually how to rank images and all kinds of stuff. And image ranking is actually really crazy good. So I hope all you guys have a great week, and I should see you next Saturday. All right. But again, be looking for updates. All right. But I should see you guys next Saturday. All right, guys. Thank you again so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in the groups.